Okay, hey, what's good, world? This is my first hand at actually doing like a real cooking video, so bear with me. But been kind of wanting to dabble in this. Me and the Queen have been talking about it, and I got inspired even more by my homeboy Drew from Tony and the Boys. Shout out to them, and IG at Just Being Drew, because he's been getting into a lot of cooking. He's got the Daily dish, and it's dope and it's awesome. So make sure you go check him out. Hopefully, you will because of this video. But hit him up because I've been wanting our families, our couples to collab on something, some way, somehow, just because they're dope, and I hope that we're dope too because we got a lot to share. We got a lot going down in our Moorfield family home. So, but I love to cook. In case y'all didn't know, I love to cook for my wife and for my family. I love coming up with stuff and trying to just, but I'm an amateur. I'm an amateur, but I love to cook. So my wife is on a vegan journey, and so I'm always trying to find new dishes that are healthy, nutritious, obviously meat-free, dairy-free even, and just for one, to keep her healthy and keep her on her path of veganism, but two, just to mix it up so she's not eating the same old thing every day of fried, sauteed kale and this, that, and hummus and all this stuff all the time. So I found this recipe and I've tweaked it up a little bit. I tried it the first time. It's actually a sweet potato and chickpea stew. It's a feel-good food. For cold days, you can put it over quinoa, brown rice, or whatever you want to, but it's a stew and very good flavors. I was totally amazed once I did it, but I had to make some tweaks to it. One of the first being that the recipe originally calls for coconut milk, but my wife is allergic to coconut. So, but if you don't already know, you can use almond milk or any nut milks as a substitute for coconut milk and still get the same effect, same consistency, and actually pretty good doggone flavor. Something else I had to tweak on the original recipe. The original recipe called for a good amount of cayenne, so I'm cutting that back this time because it was amazing. It was amazing. It was delicious last time. It was great, but it had a kick because the original recipe called for 2 full teaspoons of cayenne pepper. It was a lot. So anyway, that's my intro, and this is actually going to be a challenge cooking video. So when y'all are watching this, there's going to be a simultaneous drop from Drew from Tony the Boy for his daily dish, and we want y'all to check out our video and then his video, and y'all can vote on which one y'all like the most. And really, it's just a friendly competition with my homeboy because I'm loving what he's doing with his cooking, with his cooking videos, and it's pretty dope. So check this out. I hope y'all. I'm gonna make this quick and painless as possible, but hope we give y'all some good information and show y'all what we're working with here. Good to go. Alright, so first I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of the ingredients. It is pretty doggone simple, but you'll see a full list of the ingredients and the amounts in the description down below. But first thing is you see this one full can of diced tomatoes right here, 28 ounces diced tomatoes. And again, I already mentioned that. Here we go. I use almond milk instead of coconut milk, so we're going to use an actual. It calls for 1 can, so essentially we're talking about 1 cup of almond milk that we're going to use. 2 large sweet potatoes, we're going to use that right there. And then 2 actual zucchini squash, 1 full bag of spinach, 1 can of actual chickpeas, which are are garbanzo beans. And then we have 4 tablespoons of tomato puree, 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 4 teaspoons of turmeric, 4 teaspoons of actual cumin, and again the original recipe called for 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. I'm going to cut that back. I might even just use half of a teaspoon. I don't know. I'm going to play it by ear. I think I'll start with a half a teaspoon and go from there for this one today. And then to top it off, we're going to use 4 cloves of fresh garlic. And so that's your ingredients right here. Here's your snapshot. Now it's time for me to get to work, and I'm gonna keep y'all going, and then we're gonna breeze through this so y'all can get a good idea of what's going on. All right, guys, so first thing first, again, keeping this simple. So you got the 2 large sweet potatoes. We're gonna peel those bad boys, and we're gonna chop those bad boys up into like small bite-sized pieces. So really, whatever size you prefer. First time I did it, they were a little bit larger. This time I went more for the bite-size notion of the sweet potatoes. And then we're gonna actually steam these bad boys for about 15 minutes. So the goal is we want these bad boys to get soft, but we don't want them to get mushy because they're gonna be going inside of the stew. So work with me on my improvised steaming contraption here, but it works for me because I actually do a lot of steaming of vegetables. I need to break down and just get me a steamer. But I'll just take a pot of water and a colander and set that bad boy in there like so, and then get a pot top and then close that off, and I get a pretty good seal and enough to actually steam those bad boys. So we're gonna let those bad boys steam for about 15 minutes. Meanwhile, while that is going, I'm gonna chop up this zucchini real quick. And voila, chop this stuff up real quick. So again, same thing, they asked for bite-sized pieces of the zucchini, so gave it bite-sized chunks. So again, the 2 zucchini, and chop those bad boys up. So I'm gonna let those go off to the side now. So now I'm getting ready to make the base of the stew. Dun dun dun. It's the best part. It's so aromatic and fragrant. It's amazing. It just like made the whole house smell like a kitchen. This is the kitchen. I lost that one. My bad. Okay, anywho, here we go. So now I'm just gonna add this piece for good measure, and I'm gonna tell you why. And it's funny, especially since this is a collab video with Drew from Tony and the Boy, is I recently, within like the last 2 months, acquired my first ever food processor. Don't judge me, I usually just chop everything and mince everything and crush everything myself, and yeah, I make it hard for myself. So I finally broke down and got a food processor. Well, not too long ago on Drew's, at Just Being Drew on his IG account, he talked, did I cut myself? No, I didn't. He mentioned because he got a food processor for Christmas and actually utilizing it, and it blew my mind. I told him, I commented on his IG post like, yeah man, my food processor changed my life, and he was talking about how his knives were getting jealous. So anywho, so now, because I like using fresh everything, so you know, I don't like getting the canned crushed, especially with garlic, because fresh garlic is the best for everything. So it's a little small food processor, but it gets the job done. I love it, especially for making hummus. I make an amazing hummus for my wife. So again, vegan lifestyle. So I'm just going to mince the heck out of this garlic and add it, and then you'll see what's getting ready to happen next that we're getting ready to throw in the pot. So I know it's loud, please forgive me, but I just wanted to give it to you for effect, so don't mind me. It's okay, we're just mincing garlic here. It's okay. Okay, here we go. Here's where the fun starts beginning and everything starts smelling amazing. So I'm getting ready to show you real quick. Hold on. Okay. So here I have my fresh minced garlic that I put in my food processor that I told you about that I just love now. Now I've got all my spices in here. So again, I've got four teaspoons of turmeric, 4 teaspoons of cumin, and then I only wound up using a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper just because I wanted to spare my family today. I want to see how it turned out, starting with less and trying to go back up. So there's my dry spices there. So in here I have actual 4 tablespoons of tomato puree and 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. So now what we're gonna actually do is take these, and I'm gonna heat up a little bit of olive oil in this pot real quick, and then we're gonna throw that stuff in there and just go ahead and heat it up real quick and saute that up real quick and get it ready to start adding everything else. So my oil's good and heated up real quick. We just wanna really just heat it up a little bit and get it bubbling for, you know, for about 2 minutes worth, just to get it going, just to get the consistency going, and saute it just a little bit before we start adding all the other yummy goodness. Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna add my spices real quick. Yay, and I'm gonna add my garlic. Yes. Nom, 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 nom. It'd help if I actually had something to stir everything up. So let me get my wooden wand that I like so much. I'm gonna go ahead and get this going real quick. So yeah, let me get this going and I'll show y'all here in a second. Okay, the smell is just, oh my God, the smell is just amazing. Oh my God, the smell is amazing. So now I'm getting ready, now that this bubbled for about 2 minutes, I'm about to add all the next step of all the yummy goodness. So let me give you that real quick. Stir in my coconut milk and these tomatoes. I'm also going to throw in the zucchini and now these steamed sweet potatoes, and let these bad boys start boiling. So just so you know, the original recipe that I found to start tinkering with said a can of coconut milk. So again, of course, I'm using almond milk, and every traditional can I've seen of coconut milk has always been a 12-ounce can. So therefore I used a 1.5 cups of the almond milk. So let me go ahead and just add everything right now so y'all can see. Dun, 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 dun. Num, 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 num. Let me add my tomatoes. Num, 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 num. Num, 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 num. And my zucchini, yay. Get in there, zucchini. I want all of you. And this is probably going to be hot, and I'm doing this with one hand, so if I burn myself, it's okay. It's for the sake of food. Yes. Good consistency. Good. In there. I want all of you. Now. Dun, dun, dun. Let's stir all this stuff up. Oh, yes. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Oh, God, it smells so good. It smells so good. Okay, I'm going to get this smoothed out a little bit more, and then I'll tune back in literally a split second. So here you are now. Okay, good here so far. So now we're just gonna let this heat to boiling real quick, and then I'm gonna cover it up, and I'm gonna let this stew for about 45 minutes. It is a good thing I only used a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, because I'll tell you what, even with just a half a teaspoon, it still packs a nice little kick to it. It's amazing what cayenne pepper can do, man. It's amazing. Oh, we're already starting to boil here. Oh, look at that. It smells so good. Can you smell it? Make it at home and you will. That was cheesy. I know, that's corny. I get excited about the simple things in life, and I love cooking. So even though I'm completely an amateur and halfway don't know what I'm doing, I love trying to put creations together for my wife, because I love cooking for my wife, who is now just texted me, and she's on her way home from work. And where she's at right now, it's gonna take her probably about an hour to get home anyway. So at least dinner will be ready when she gets here. I know she's had a long day, and I miss her tremendously. My baby, my heart, my soulmate, my best friend, my high school sweetheart. I'm about to cry right now. I love her so much. Don't get it twisted. I'm a very emotional guy. I'm extremely sensitive, and she knows this. And sometimes she can't tell if I'm really crying or not now. But I do like to try to play around and still have fun. And that's what I'm doing right now, because I'm cooking a meal for my wife. And yeah, so I hope you guys like where we got so far. So 45 minutes. We'll check back in. I'll show you all where we're at, and then we'll do the final step. Yeah, my bad. Just so you all know. Heat to boiling, reduce to simmer. Simmer for 45 minutes. My stuff's over here boiling. So, my bad, y'all. My bad, world. Don't get it twisted. Players mess up too. It's okay. Nothing else to see here. I'll see y'all again in a second. I'm a little bored right now. I gotta wait while this stews. Yeah. So how's y'all's day going? Pretty good? Dang, my head is shiny, bruh. Some of the drawbacks of staying bald. I'm not bald because I have to be. I'm bald because I choose to be. FYI. I just prefer it. Oh, my eyebrows. Oh, my wife loves my eyebrows, by the way. But don't judge me. I'm a one, okay, I'm not gonna say that word right now, but I used to get my eyebrows done on a regular basis. Don't judge me. So, I miss my wife. Wish she was already home, but yeah. Oh, while this is going, so this is one of those recipes, like 99% of recipes I know, that says add salt to taste. So I will add a little bit of salt. I gotta check on this anyway and stir it up. Oh, my bad. I'm still here, guys. Don't worry, it's okay. My bad. My bad. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, buddy. Oh my God. It's only been 15 minutes, so, but we're looking good. It's the consistency that I'm looking for. It's the fragrance that I'm looking for, so y'all can see real quick. Oh yes, look at that yummy goodness. Oh God, it's so good. Man, all that zucchini in there. So I'm gonna add a little, only salt I ever use. We don't use too much salt in our home. That much. We try to reduce sodium as much as possible, just for fear of hypertension. I'm a big guy as it is anyway, so. But anytime I do use salt, I just use sea salt predominantly. I like using these little grinders by McCormick. I love them. So I will add a little bit of sea salt, not too much though, and then call that a day. And I'll stir this some more while it continues to simmer. I am also one of those guys that cleans. 99.9% of the time I try to clean as I go. So you've probably seen it already. I've already cleaned everything up and washed all the pots and pans and stuff. So, but yeah, in another 30 minutes, we'll add the last two remaining ingredients and let that simmer down, cook down. We'll let the spinach wilt, for about 15 minutes, and it'll be ready to serve. Like I said, great feel-good food. So.
I gave Chris and Jack some. Like I had I had like 10, and I gave him all like.
He's been finding 4-leaf clovers here. Bailey's here now. He's been outside running the streets. What do you got to say for yourself? Anywho, he found a bunch of 4-leaf clovers, which I think is a conspiracy because you're not supposed to find that many 4-leaf clovers in one good spot. But I still got about 15 minutes left on this stewing down. So what else is there to do? So I'm bored again, and you just saw me playing around. But I said, you know what? Why not? These plantains, they feel like they might be ripe enough. So why not fry it? If you're bored, have nothing to do, why not fry some plantain? Right? Right?
I'm not a cooker. Well, I am a cooker, but
yeah, because he's helped me before in the kitchen, but not part of the recipe. But I feel like frying some plantain because everyone in this house loves plantain. Bailey loves plantain. Mara loves plantain. So these feel ripe enough. So I'm gonna give these a go. Oh, it's a rice cooker. My bad. I thought I was gonna have to take cover there for a second. Bad humor, my bad. Anyway, so 45 minutes is now down. So now the final piece to this all. So please ignore, I do got plantain frying. I had a treat from my family because again, like I used to say, we love plantain. So don't judge me. But now that yummy good, it looks so good and it smells so good. I love this stuff. Oh my God. But it's not complete because there's still more to add. So, one second, I should have already popped this open for y'all, but a whole bag. You know these bags, you see them at the grocery store every time you go. Get a whole bag of spinach, right? Get that bag. And then 1 can of chickpeas, garbanzo beans, basically, right? Great protein source for vegans, because I know a lot of vegans worry about soy-based products. There's everything out there for vegans is predominantly soy-based. So I'm happy to say that this recipe is not soy-based. So we have garbanzo beans, chickpeas, a whole can, 1 can, okay? So come on over here with me. Let's go quietly. We don't want to disturb the plantain. I gotta flip them in a second anyway. All right, so here we go. 1 can of garbanzo beans, and then 1 whole bag of spinach. One second. My bad. Like I said, players mess up too. So anywho, I got all that bag of spinach in here now, topped off, and it's okay. I know it's full, but you know spinach will wilt down in a second anyway. So slowly give it a little nudge, and the heat and the steam is gonna wilt down a little bit. And once you get it wilted down, mix this stuff in really good, and give it a good few stirs, and then let this bad boy simmer for another 15 minutes, just to, again, to let the chickpeas marinate a little bit and to let the spinach finish wilting. Man, I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever, even though it's literally been like a split second, and it's just been me pausing the camera so I can do other stuff. Anywho, so we are ready. We are done. We are finis. Did I say that right? I have no idea. However, there we go. And look how that spinach is cooked up in there. And then again, we got chickpeas spread throughout. We got the sweet potato in there as well as the zucchini. And man, the tomatoes are in there too. And it's amazing. Oh. So it's done. I'm about to plate it here in a second and then show you guys and then taste it for you guys. And Marna's not home yet, but I'll get Bailey to be another taste tester for you guys too, and that'll wrap up this video so y'all can see. And I hope that you guys actually try it. It's a pretty simple recipe, but the flavors are amazing. It's all about the spices and the prep, and it's just amazing. Again, it's vegan, extremely healthy for you, packed full of protein, all that good stuff. So again, you can serve it with rice, white rice, brown rice, quinoa. I got a little bit of white rice in the cooker just because what I had left, but I got some brown rice left over from a vegan stir fry that I made the other night. Also got quinoa in the pantry too. So about to plate it and you'll see the finished product and then you'll get the sampling. All right guys, here we go. Finished product, there it is. And first up, my man B Money is gonna help me out and be the taste tester. B, you ready? He's such an awesome kid. All right, B, here you go, man. There's your plate. There's your fork.
I was like, wait.
Yeah. So make sure you blow it because it's still pretty hot.
That's really good, but it's really hot.
Mm.
It's really good.
You heard it here first, guys. Kids never lie. You okay? I didn't burn your mouth, did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did? My bad.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh, there's our iPad, of course, my baby.
You gotta take a-
All right, so B Money was the first taste tester. It's still really hot. I told him to blow up my bed, burnt his mouth, but he said he liked it. So, it's the last time I made it. He liked it. It was just really, really hot, not from the steam, but because of all the cayenne pepper. So I reduced the amount of cayenne pepper. So,
You reduced the amount.
yeah, I literally only put like a half a teaspoon this time. All right, here's my bite. Let's see how we did this time. Man, like I said, it's hearty. It tastes good. The flavors. Half a teaspoon of cayenne still gives it a little bit of kick, but it's not as bad. So, like, I could eat this all day because it's so good. And again, cold day too. Kind of like how when you make, you know, chili and stuff on cold days, man. Like, this is good, but it's straight vegan and it's great for you. So, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. So again, check out my homeboy, Just Being Drew, at Just Being Drew, his IG, and YouTube channel, Tony and the Boy. So for his cooking video, and then just chime in. Again, all the ingredients are laid out in the description below, and just watch the video for the step-by-step. It's not too difficult, but it's great, easy to make, and tastes amazing, especially if you got a vegan in your life and your family. So at Drew, my man, my homeboy, thanks for working to this so we could put this out, and I appreciate it. Much love. Shout out to you guys, and one love. And again, I'm telling you, sometime this year, either we're coming to Canada or we're gonna try to get you guys down here to Cali so we can kick it. One love, and let us know what you think. Let me know what you think, and we will holla out. We will holla back. Peace.